Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. We're talking about the first day RNC craziness. I don't know, Doc. I mean, would you just kind of the take on the whole first night? Are they working out kinks? Are they trying to kind of like playing it fast and loose, or is this just the sign of a campaign that's going to herk and jerk all the way to November?
Well, the thing is keep in mind Trump's campaign has been down a couple of times. We've talked about that, and it's always herked and jerked. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to continue to do this because that's the campaign he's got. I think he'd went a long ways. It's not Lebowski. What's that guy's name?
Lewandowski.
There you go. Because I'm the guy that looks like the dude.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think getting rid of him has at least stabilized the campaign a little bit. But we go back to, this is not a professional campaign at this point.
No, they're certainly not acting like it.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong, Donald Trump has accumulated a lot of talent. Mm-hmm. A lot of talent. The problem is none of these people, I don't think, are truly professional presidential candidates. And this thing with Melania Trump. Now,
it's a good example of that.
Yeah. I read her speech, and then I tried to find Michelle Obama's speech that apparently she plagiarized. And I can only, how you can only find excerpts. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she really plagiarized it, because that's, usually that means it's a verbatim thing.
Right.
Usually. But I don't know if she did or not. If she did, that goes to your point mm-hmm. of, one, it's, not very good professional handling. And number two, it's not like they're running for dog catcher, right? They're running for the president of the United States. They need to be able to say, we wrote this and there's nothing not original in it.
Well, the two paragraphs that are in question here out of probably, what was it, like a 20 minute speech, something like that. There's two paragraphs where the language was very, very close to what Michelle gave back in 2008, raise our word as our bond, dreams of our kids, achievement, that sort of thing, where certain phrases were completely identical, and then some were a word was added or whatever, but the meaning of those two paragraphs fit together was pretty much the same. I mean, I kind of don't care about the technical definition of plagiarism. I kind of don't care what if it is, or if it was deliberate, or if it's just, like what a lot of people have said, a bunch of strung together platitudes, because that's what the first lady speech kind of is. These sort of grand, lofty, my husband, or in Hillary's case, my husband does this, and Bill will say my wife has done this, that sort of thing. Just these big, airy kind of, and he doesn't eat babies, that sort of thing.
We like babies.
We can only hope. But you know what I'm saying? It's not a policy address. It's not specific. It's not presenting original ideas. But you got to think that like maybe the speechwriter was under the gun, and so this happens. This similarity happens. I kind of don't care whether it was plagiarized deliberately or not. Kind of don't care about that. What was interesting to me, and honestly, the people that reported it, like especially the legit folks like NPR, The Times, everybody else that reported it, were saying, well, it looks similar, and they left it alone. It was all the liberal clickbait folks on Facebook that were going after. It's not. I kind of don't think it's her fault. She came out and said, hey, I wrote this almost pretty much by myself with just a little bit of help. So she didn't do the number one rule, which is if you're caught in something like that, and you're the principal that did it, you say, hey, look, I had a bunch of speechwriters, and I didn't have time to catch everything. We were revising to the last night. Sorry, I know it looks similar. That was something we would have weeded out had we had the chance. And then it goes away. But everyone in the campaign, the Trump campaign, overreacts to stuff like this. Sort of the way that Hillary was doing a lot in 2008, where every little criticism is treated like it's a hair on fire moment, where they just lash out at everybody, and it makes it look worse. That's why it's gotten all this coverage. So you've had the first night of the convention, which could have been all the news coverage bashing Hillary, Benghazi, emails, everything else, and we're talking about Melania Trump and Steve King, who we'll get to, I guess, maybe at the next segment.
Yeah, next couple of segments. Well, I agree. I don't think Melania is at fault. I think that let's say that, let's face it. Melania Trump isn't an idiot. All right. And the thing is she probably watches Michelle Obama just like most women would watch Michelle Obama. Doesn't matter if you're right or left. This is a woman who has power, who has an education, married to the most powerful man in the universe at this moment, unless we discover aliens somewhere. And the bottom line is who would not want to listen to what she has to say, particularly if you're a woman? Mm-hmm. The things that Michelle Obama says and the things that politicians say, like you said, often resonate with people because it's uplifting. And what Michelle Obama said, that is similar to what Melania said, is a very uplifting thing. There's only so many words in the American alphabet. The thing going around on Facebook is how many words do you know? You were bragging about that last week.
I know. Hey,
yeah,
not on the record.
You said, I got 445,000 words or whatever you
It's
said.
more than that, but not
more than that.
So, not on the record.
Yeah, but the bottom line is there's only so many words you know, and most people know them. So when you put them together and you have that same idea, it's going to look similar. I think, and again, I agree with you. It's an overreaction. That's how Trump handles things.
Yep.
The other thing is the campaign director needs to step up and go, hold on, right? Because the campaign director has to be able to protect the people that are not his candidate and the people around him. That includes the family. And he should have taken a hit. Listen, we sat down, we helped her. We should have vetted this better and gone forward, but they didn't.
Some random guy named Kyle probably came up with that paragraph and say, we found out who did it. We fired Kyle. Or
something.
You don't even have to go that far. Just you own it and say, hey, look, this stuff happens. But man, they just went nuclear. They tend to do this. And you kind of wonder, after the nomination process can be done after this week, he'll have, we think, his convention bump. He'll have a couple of free days to go after Hillary as hard as he can. His speech, you'd expect it to be prepared, teleprompter, like just hitting all the notes that you want him to hit. He's going to be preceded by Mike Pence, who can give a good speech. So, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that the liberals that are overreacting to this kind of stuff, just laughing up their sleeves. Just relax. I mean, we got a lot of convention to go. We've got a lot of campaign left to go, but it really is kind of you keep doing this, and it's not so much a fluke; it's a trend.
Well, it is, and I'll agree 100% with that. I think Donald Trump can recover. I mean, he's recovered over and over during this campaign from missteps and all that other stuff. One of the things I found interesting is not only did Melania knock anything of substantive off the radar, like you mentioned, Benghazi and emails and all that stuff, because that's really what we should be talking about as far as Republicans. I've also found it interesting that there is Hillary Clinton landed the first day of the convention in the same city, took her swipes at Trump and left and barely got any news coverage. I mean, people said, Clinton tried to steal his thunder, but the bottom line is that Donald Trump RNC circus over there drew attention away from something that should be a big deal.
Wait, what are you talking about exactly?
Well, she landed, I believe, in Cleveland, and she started talking about, well, hold on, we have Donald Trump across the way, and she was making a campaign stump, and it made a little bit of news, but nothing like, well, hey, she's out there trying to steal thunder. She couldn't get any traction with this, showing up and saying, listen, this is what we're talking about here. Look at these, circus clowns over here doing, all kinds of, monkey type of shenanigans, and it barely got any news registered. So that's my take on it. Anyway, we're up against the break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish up the RNC. Then we're going to tackle Steve King. I'm going to have fun with this because, on Facebook today, guess what was drug up? My microchipping comment. Now, I don't know if this guy is a lefty or not. I suspect he is. And he's definitely not a listener because we've already covered that topic about 500 times. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back right after this break. We couldn't do what we do without you.